I say hi?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hi, I'm Rhiannon. I'm 35. I have a husband and 3 young children. I have triple-negative breast cancer, stage 2. It was a family day and we were getting ready and was rushing around and it was all chaotic. In my rushing, trying to get ready, I just happened to brush my breast and felt a lump and I went, oh, it wasn't there. I don't remember that being there, and sort of stopped and had a feel. Matt's like, we going? And I said, can you just feel this? This is a lump, right? This isn't, I'm not making it up in my head. And he felt it and he went, yeah, no, that's a lump. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we jump in the car, we drive there, and I'm making my doctor's appointment literally in the car online to see the GP, which I saw that Sunday. I made sure that I went on the rides and I don't know, I just had a bad feeling about it. I just had a feeling about it. So I made sure that we took lots of photos and we just, I just was very, wanted to make a really good day of it. I think I got the real seriousness because she herself, normally GPs just give you the referral and you're off you go. But because she went out herself, she faxed it herself, she did all that, that kind of got me a bit like, okay, this isn't probably, I hope for the best. The next morning, I was getting ready for work and I get a call and they're like, yep, we've got an appointment today for you to come in for a mammogram. I'm like, oh, okay. So that just set it off. You kind of went on autopilot, I think. You're just getting told to be somewhere and you go, you do it, and then, yeah. So that week I had the mammogram ultrasound on the Monday. Wednesday I had the biopsy. Friday I had the MRI. The lady who did my mammogram, I never had one before. You feel very awkward standing there. It's not a very natural pose you're in. Your boobs get squished like pancakes. I haven't really had a biopsy on anything done before, so that was also very... They put a little metal coil, I think it is, in the tumour. The coil's there just so that they recognise what they've taken the biopsy from. So when they come back, in case there's multiple lumps, they know that it's taken from that lump. That was my understanding of it. The MRI is, again, a very weird experience. I think on the day that I had the MRI, he could have given me the results over the phone, but he wanted to meet me in person. We organised my mum to come and watch the kids and pick them up from school, and so she was here so we could, go to the appointment, and because it was later in the afternoon. And there was a few other people waiting as well, and when the surgeon came out and called my name, I felt like I could see it in his eyes. I was just like, this is not good.
I remember we were waiting in the lobby of the reception, and the surgeon came out, and I think as soon as we both saw the surgeon's face, we knew that it was not good news. And although he was talking to us and trying to be calm as we're walking up the corridor going into the specialist rooms, we were both sort of pretty anxious and kind of knowing what path it was going to take.
We sat down and he sort of said, I'm just going to get right to it. He said, it is cancer. And I went, okay, that's all right. I know it's not a death sentence. I know that doesn't mean that that's it. In my head though, I sort of thought, oh, they'll just cut it out and I'll have some radiation and I'll be fine. That's all good. And he goes, I've already spoken to an oncologist and we've got a plan in place for you. So you'll do 6 months of chemo. And that's when I just shut down. I think in my head, I sort of went, oh, no, okay. Wow, this might be actually very, very bad. And I didn't know what stage I was at. I didn't even know to even ask that question. I just kind of, I don't know if you've seen the TV show Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and where Jake Peralta just goes, cool, 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 cool. That's literally what I did. I didn't know what to say. I was like, cool, cool, cool.
A little bit of humour and I think not knowing what to say and sort of just going, cool, 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 cool.
Cool. It's not cool, but okay, yeah, all right. That's literally what I did. And I kept looking at Matt and I just, we both really didn't know what questions to ask or, you know, and he just said, he just said the plan is going to be 6 months of chemotherapy, then we'll have surgery and then you'll have radiation. I think I just went in shock, really. I think as soon as we walked out of the room, I just burst into tears and I just walked straight out onto the footpath, and I literally was just walking up and down the footpath bawling, and Matt was left, you know, pay the bill. And then he comes out and he comforts me and we get back in the car, and at this time it's about 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock, and I said, I can't go home. I can't see the kids right now. I can't. We went to the beach, we got fish and chips, we sat on the pier, we texted Mum, we said, we'll be back later when the kids are in bed. So, which I guess would have given her the idea that this wasn't good news.
They were gone ages and I had to feed the kids, put them to bed, do their stories, the whole lot, wait. And then Matt's rung me, I think, or texted me and said, we're not coming home for a while. Things aren't going so great. Rhiannon's not feeling well, so we're just going to hang out at the beach for a while. So I knew straight away. And then I had to go home and tell you. Yeah.
We ate our fish and chips and then we just walked up and down the beach. I don't know how many times we did that. I didn't know at that point that there was different types of breast cancer. I didn't know exactly what stage I was at. I just didn't know.
Yeah, pretty hard.
Yeah. A bit like what? What do you mean? It's a bit like, yeah.
Like a lot of questions that I couldn't get answers to.
We didn't have all the info. Yeah. Well, nobody did at that stage. Like, yeah. What was the plan? What's going to happen? But then I think within 10 days, treatment had started and it was just like, okay, let's adapt. Yeah, what's going to happen? What do we have to do to, get this happening?
So the oncologist was the one who sort of explained more about my particular case, my diagnosis, that there was 3 different breast cancers, and he's sort of, there's HER positive something and something else, and then triple negative, and then he circled that one and goes, that's what you have. And he said only 15% of breast cancers have that. And I went, okay. And he goes, and it's the most aggressive. And I went, okay. Right, so you're going to do chemotherapy. And he sort of drew it all on a piece of paper about the plan, all the different types of side effects that would come with the different types of chemo that you'll be having. And, I'm glad he wrote it down because you just can't really take it all in, remember everything. But he did say to me, he goes, it's going to be a really tough year.
We go into the day oncology ward and we'll get assigned a bed and we'll go and sort of set up shop in that area. So there's a nice sort of bench there that I can set up on with all the different things that we take, whether that be some little snacks that Rhi wants or some headphones or anything that we take with us.
Well, Matt made a playlist for me. We call it Slay Day. And I can't imagine, I know if it was the other way around and he was having to go through it, it'd be very hard for me to sit there and not be able to take on any of that for him, or, so that's kind of, I think it was good for him mentally to put something together. This is for you. We're going to gear ourselves up and we're going to tackle it.
And then Rhi will go through the treatment, and that can be anywhere from a few hours to, I think the longest we had was about 6 or 7 hours.
I cut my hair kind of short in preparation, and I thought I don't want to have to just go to the bathroom and Matt just shave my hair, and kids wake up one morning and mum's bald. So I thought, let's do something fun with it. Let's have a shave party. So that was kind of my idea. I just really wanted to teach the kids resilience, and life deals you bad cards sometimes, but you've just got to, try and make the best of it somehow. So this one's called Margot, and my blonde one is called Rachel after Friends. I was preparing for the physical side of things, but mentally I was shocked at how tired I was. It was complete exhaustion. And I found on the first type of chemo that I was on, which was called AC, I found I was very wobbly on my feet, and I didn't really expect that at all. I didn't complete the 4 rounds of the first lot. My tumour grew from 2 centimetres to 3 centimetres on that type of chemo. So they said, we're going to stop, we're just going to move you right to the next one. The tumour didn't actually change for a really long time. So I was supposed to have 12 rounds. I've got 3 left, so I've had 9 rounds. And it's only been in the last sort of 2 weeks that it's actually reduced in size. When they came and did another ultrasound, and they said, oh, look, your lymph node looks a little bit enlarged, so we're going to do a biopsy on that. So they did that, and that's come back as positive for cancer in there. It's not very far from the tumour actually, but it's just under my armpit. Just after Mother's Day, I think, was when I found out the lymph node was positive for cancer. Yeah. It just changes things for surgery, and it means that we're either going to remove all of my lymph nodes or just some of my lymph nodes, and depending on how the rest of my chemo treatment goes, how well I respond. The only thing that the oncologist said to me was, we have an option to actually stop chemo and you can actually go straight into surgery, and we do that. And then we put you on oral chemo. But he said with the type of chemo that I'm on now is the best chemo to treat triple negative. And we don't want to give up that opportunity, because if we go into surgery, we're saying that this chemo is not working. So he gave me an option. He's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to keep going? We can do it for another 2 weeks. And I said, no, let's, I don't know, I had faith in the chemo. And I said, no, I want to keep going. It's being aggressive, and we need to be aggressive back. It was a motto growing up, was prepare for anything. And also, even if you bite off more than you can chew, just bite like hell.
And she's always been clever and smart and a people person. She was always popular at school. Then she got into dancing and did all the different types of dancing. And then she taught dancing.
When she was born, and she was sort of Riley's age, so 3, 4 or whatever, I struggled to actually go to work because I'd rather stay home and
be with the kids
and be hanging out. I know that she'll do what's best for her.
Yes.
And then
we'll just support her in whatever decision she makes.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we will never influence.
Yeah, whatever the decision. Yeah. And whatever the cost, we'll just work it out. But I struggle with it because I just feel
because you just want to fix things, you can't fix it.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest thing is I can't.
way. Oh, no.
Mummy, Mum, I won.
You won? Did it snap?
No.
Isn't it supposed to snap?
It's not snapping. I know how pressure works.
You want to try that one? That's a good one.
Pressure works too.
Yeah.
I got this bag.
Yeah, put it back up here. You got all your drinks and stuff? Yay! Hot. You got it? Oh, yep. Good job. Good job. You blow on it because it's hot. Oh no, you're gonna eat more. I think it was the last time I saw you. Had 2 more chemo treatments and then I was done. But then today I've had my appointment with the surgeon. He ran through what the surgery will actually be, which is going to be a lumpectomy, which is where they remove just the tumour. Then we spoke about the lymph node removal because I have 1 lymph node involvement. So he is undecided on what is best for me. Normally they would suggest a targeted lymph node removal because where they put a dye in and they follow where the dye goes and just remove those lymph nodes. That was my understanding of it. But because in my case, because the tumour has taken so long to respond and hasn't had a really good response in the end of chemo treatment, they're looking at possibly doing the full auxiliary, which is removal of all the lymph nodes. With that comes risks of lymphedema, numbness, pain, shoulder stiffness. Doesn't really want to do that because I'm quite young and I've still got a long life to live, but at the same time, do we hit hard and go, just do it and get it all over and done with? That's where we're at. So he's kind of left the decision up to me. I saw the surgeon last week and pretty much he's given me 2 options to do with my surgery. Then I was also speaking to the breast care nurse actually the other day, and she was saying things you'd have to be careful, like if you're going to doing gardening and you get a scratch on you or something or a bite or something, then you need to make sure that you're careful, like you might need to go on antibiotics or something. Which
That's if you do the full removal.
If I do the full one, yeah.
You don't garden anyway.
I don't garden. No, that's true. I don't garden anyway.
It's actually a really good point. Yeah. When have you ever? Yeah.
This is your out. This is like, sorry, I can't. Sorry.
Your risk's too high.
But there's not necessarily the risk that you will get lymphedema. It obviously is a high risk, but it's not a guarantee, is it?
Surgery and post-surgery, especially with the full lymph removal, is going to be tough.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a lot more. Like everyone's going to have to pitch in a lot more with the babysitting and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because at the beginning it was very hard to go, yes, I need.
Accept help.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was hard at the beginning.
It's tough.
You want to have control.
You're so independent. You're so fiercely independent.
You run the ship.
Yeah. It hasn't been easy. Of course it hasn't, but
Well,
everyone's
been able to
equally.
do it without all of you there. That's for sure. Having, just being my sounding board. Wow, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we shaved your heads for you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We're bold. You gonna announce that we're gonna? I'm not brave enough like you girls. Yeah, just shave my hair. I mean, it's been difficult. When I found out, I was obviously devastated, and I think I said to her, like, if I could take it away from you, I quit.
No, don't you cry too.
Oh, Keely.
Like fit out of the two of us, like it should have been me.
No,
Oh,
don't
that's-
say that. My goodness.
But that's the thought process that people go through, right?
Because you have the family and everything.
No, Katie, don't say that. My goodness.
Like I don't have a family, I don't have a partner, I don't do anything, so
No, I would never let you even do. If it was possible, I'd never let you take it. So don't even say that.
but yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. It'll just be easier because you have all this whole life.
Yeah, but you do too. So what are we're talking 10 days ago now I had surgery. Yeah, I think they were really pleased with my actual momentum, like my recovery in regards to my movement and sort of good and bad news. So the bad news is that they didn't get clearance. What they found was something called DCIS, which is precancerous cells, which means I have to go back in for surgery and they have to remove that tissue. So not life-threatening now, but obviously want to get on top of it quickly. He mentioned that we could either just use the same incision and sort of extend it out and come in through that way, but because the incision's on the side and the precancerous cells are more on this side, he's like, I might do the surgery and I still might not get it all, so might be better in coming through the front, or it might even be might be worth just doing a mastectomy and a reconstruction. So it kind of went from like a little bit to a lot. They looked at the tumour and how much of a response it had with chemo, and it only had a 15% response. So that was kind of a bit of a kick in the guts. Yeah, so that was a bit sad. A bit frustrated with that one. Sorry. Yeah. I think it's just frustrating because you work so hard for so long. But the good news was that they did the full axillary clearance, which was a total of 23 lymph nodes, and only one had cancer in it, which was the one we already knew about. It showed no evidence that it had passed that barrier or travelled to other lymph nodes. So, yeah, so that's good news. Yeah. If the oncologist says to me, you have a better chance, even if it's a small chance, then I'll take that. I'll do that way. I'll go that way. To have the mastectomy and reconstruction, I'll do that. I know that I still have immunotherapy treatments to go. I know that I will most likely go on oral chemo tablets. I know that. But it's kind of like, but what is my prognosis? What is my... where do I stand? Like, I just don't... When you read the report, it is very confusing, and you start Googling different words to try and figure out what that means, and then try and put that into context with what the sentence says and your situation. And there's two ways cancer can spread: through your lymph nodes and through the blood. And lymph nodes, I'm comfortable with. There was no evidence to show that it had broken through the lymph node barrier. You're just looking at it going, I'm on everything that I can be on, and you're just not getting the response that you want. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know. And I've removed them all anyway on that side. However, in amongst all the jargon, I can't even remember what the word was or how it was written, but it shows that the cancer cells had broken through the blood vessel area. So that kind of means that there's a potential that there's cancer cells that may have travelled through there. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't want to jump the gun or... Yeah, no one's told me that. So I just feel like I'm in limbo land and I'm kind of not really know where I stand. So we've still got to figure that out. Once we know all the answers and things, then we'll be able to do it. But at the moment, still think that I'll get there. I don't think I'm going to not get there. And it's really hard to forget about it. Like, you wake up, you're thinking about it. It's either because you're thinking about your treatment or your surgery or results or a symptom that you're dealing with or a side effect that you're dealing with. It's just on your mind all the time. I don't think it's ever... It's hard because nothing's straightforward with cancer. It just really isn't. There's so many pathways and things can change, and I'm proud of myself that I am actually a strong person. Like, I feel like I've gotten on with it, and I feel like the kids have been okay, and but that's a lot of kudos to my parents for, I think, teaching me that. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm in good hands. Yeah.